let's begin. Hello everybody, welcome back to my series of Ninjago episode reviews in the live stream format. Today we're taking a look at episode 84 of Ninjago, entitled Big Trouble, Little Ninjago. Now this is the big finale of Season 8, Sons of Garmadon. Kind of a weird way to start off the week by talking about the finale of a season, but hey, that's just how it is, just how the schedule lined up. In terms of where Waffle is rolling around on the floor. So, yeah. Yeah, the clocks changed over the weekend. I think we jumped forward an hour, so yeah, might be a little different to some people that don't do daylight savings times. But yeah, this is still technically noon for us. Speaking of our schedule, we stream Monday through Friday, 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. Central Time, with an episode review and a Q&A. We will update this day by day. If there's ever a day where I can't stream, I will let you guys know via my community tab as I sip the water. But yeah, daylight savings time happened over the weekend for some territories, including mine. So yeah, the time might be a little different for some other people that don't do that. But just know this is still technically noon for me. It's 12:06. So usually what we do throughout these reviews, we let the episode pictures run in the background as we break down the plot, the good, the bad, and then finally we will give the episode a score out of 10, and then we will switch over to Q&A stuff afterwards. Hopefully you guys are having a fantastic day. Hopefully your guys' weekend went well. Mine was certainly interesting. Woke up this morning not wanting to wake up, so I don't know if that's a good sign or a bad sign, but needless to say, I will probably be napping after this stream is complete. So let's go ahead, scooch up the chair a little bit, and let's continue on here. So, the episode begins with the aftermath of the fight between Lloyd and Garmadon at the end of the last episode. Wu and Misako are worrying for Lloyd's safety, and Wu is frantically drawing pictures. We find out that he's drawing pictures to alert Misako of Mistake's tea shop. That's where the ninja need to go. Nia calls, and Misako tells her just this. The ninja decide to bring Lloyd to the tea shop right then and there, and Wu is acting really, really creepy this episode. Little baby Wu is very creepy, I must say. Meanwhile, Harumi Garmadon and all the rest of the Sons of Garmadon people, they decide to raid a village, but they're not really looking for supplies. Instead, they just use a lot of the rocks surrounding the village to create this gigantic Oni Titan, or as it's referred to sometimes in the show, the Colossus. So, you got the Oni Titan, the Colossus, same thing, two different names, whatever you guys want to call it, is good with me. Meanwhile, back at the tea shop, Mistake gives Lloyd a very special tea, and the ninja must all transfer a little bit of their power to him in order to help the tea, work and do its job. But at a cost, the ninja might end up losing their elemental powers, which is nothing new. We've seen the ninja lose their powers before. Nothing too crazy there. The ninja have a discussion about whether or not they should do this, in which all the ninja pretty much reluctantly decide, you know what? Yeah, we should do this. And they all pretty much lay a hand on Lloyd as Lloyd's powers return suddenly and then go away. He wakes up for just a little bit. We can see his eyes go from green to black. So that's another thing in this episode. Lloyd has black eyes because his powers have faded. So they all do it, and Lloyd decides to go back to bed, which, several very jealous of Lloyd. He gets to go to bed. The ninjas still have their powers, though. So nothing really happened with that. The ninjas still have their powers. Not sure why it was even mentioned in the first place. So yeah. Meanwhile, Mistake gives the ninja a special tea to go, quote unquote, to go. So that's going to be important for later. With Mistake giving them the tea, the ninja have no idea what exactly that's for, but they just know that it's to go. And that's about it. The ninja leave after hearing a large crash outside as Waffle sits on my notebook. Come on, dude. I need this for the video. I'm sorry. You can sit right there. I just need to see this. She sits right on top of my notes, and it is very, very awkward. But yeah, where were we? Yeah, the ninja leave the tea shop after hearing a large crash outside. The Oni Titan has since started to attack Ninjago City, and the ninja realize that they need to do something about this thing. They're not sure how much they can do against it, but Nia decides to stay back with Lloyd to protect him, obviously, and the original four boys and Pixel decide to roll out and take on the Oni Titan as best as they can. It's not looking good for them, though. The ninja continue to fight on, try different strategies, different powers, but ultimately everything is just kind of useless against against the Oni Titan. The Oni Titan continues to attack Ninjago, and it doesn't really look good for anyone involved. Meanwhile, Lloyd wakes up with no powers, obviously, and he goes on to say that, his dad's too powerful. Without his powers, he's not the Green Ninja. Nia pretty much cuts him off saying that, but they decide to go ahead and leave the tea shop as well to go ahead and rescue Wu and Misako, who at this point in time are being stalked by Garmadon. Little Master Wu proclaims that his brother is coming in the creepiest way possible. This is what I'm talking about. Baby Wu is definitely super creepy this episode, and Misako decides to take Wu and get out of there, and they run into Garmadon in the hallway, so it's not looking good for them there. But then Nia and Lloyd decide to show up, and Nia decides to take on Garmadon alongside Misako as Lloyd gets Baby Wu out of there, so that's always fun. Yeah, the ninja need to be separated, always. They need to go ahead and set up the plot of the original four being banished to the first realm, which we'll talk about later. Waffle is eating a pencil. What are you doing? Stop eating pencils. It's not for you. You're gonna get sick. So going back to what I just said, there's a little bit of a battle here in the hallway between Misako, Nia, and Garmadon, and they try their best to take on Garmadon, but ultimately, again, Garmadon decides to be way too powerful, and Nia and Misako are having a rough time trying to fight him off. Meanwhile, outside, Harumi confronts Lloyd, who is now in possession of the creepy little baby Master Wu, and she decides to attack him using the Mask of Hatred. Now, Lloyd at this point doesn't have any powers, so he just decides to make a run for it with Baby Wu. Luckily, the ninja are there in the bounty ready to receive them and rescue them from Harumi, who of course has the Mask of Hatred right now, trying to attack Lloyd and Baby Wu. Lloyd jumps with Baby Wu. Ultimately, Lloyd gets stuck behind, and Baby Wu gets launched onto the boat. Luckily, the ninjas save him. Unfortunately for them, the Oni Titan grabs the boat at the exact same time. Basically, they get Baby Wu, meaning that their rescue is pretty much useless now because now they need rescuing. Not a good scenario. Harumi makes Lloyd watch as the Oni Titan crushes crushes the Destiny's Bounty containing the four original ninja as well as Baby Master Wu. Kind of a horrific sight to behold. The ninja at this point are freaking out. They have no idea what they need to do, and Baby Wu says, "We need to go," to which Jay gets the idea. Oh, to go, you say? He decides to open up Mistake's little takeout tea box thing, and immediately it starts glowing, and there starts to be like a stream of stars and sparkles around the ninja, and they don't know what's going on. No one really knows. Master Wu seems to know, though. He's super excited for it. He's super happy about that. Of course, Lloyd doesn't really see this on the outside. All he sees is the Oni Titan crushing the bounty, meaning that to Lloyd, the ninja and Baby Master Wu have just been killed by this giant Oni Titan. Yeah, quite dark for this episode, I'd say. Lloyd watches in horror as the Oni Titan finishes crushing the bounty. Of course, we know that the ninja did make it out of there. We'll see that later on. But yeah, at this point, Lloyd decides to sob because yeah, all of his friends died, and it's heartbreaking to watch. Harumi at this point has gotten exactly what she wanted. She wants Lloyd to suffer in the same way that she suffered, but Lloyd decides that he's not going to turn into her. He's not like her. He can bounce back from this, and since this happened, the stakes have just gotten a lot higher, and Lloyd basically promises Harumi that they will be back eventually, and they will take her on then and there. He then escapes in the same style that Mr. E escaped him at the beginning of Season 8, which I think is a very awesome parallel, as he kind of floats down to Nia and Misako, who are on a boat trying to escape from Garmadon. The episode ends with Garmadon declaring that he is now the ruler of Ninjago, which, technically isn't wrong, and the episode comes to a close when we see the ninja wake up in an unknown realm, which they then declare to be the first realm, the realm of Oni and dragons. And that's where the episode comes to a close, as Waffle continues to eat pencils. What are you doing? Stop eating pencils. It's not good for you. I'm going to take a sip of my water, and then we will get into the good and the bad, now that we've wrapped up the plot. Perfect. All right, so in terms of good stuff, got a lot to say about this episode. Yeah, I suppose it is kind of like Infinity War. I've seen a couple of people saying that, I suppose, with a lot of the main characters presumably dying or whatever, and the stakes are super high, and it's like a part one, part two, where the part one, the heroes lose, and part two, they bounce back and defeat the villains. So, yes, don't eat pencils. See, Waffle, the chat is telling you to not eat pencils. I know you can't read, but you got to at least listen. um, But yeah, let's jump into the good and the bad. First of all, this is a really fantastic finale. I also really enjoyed the cliffhanger, just talking about that right away. We get to see the first realm for the first time at this point, and it's a lot of fun to see it. The ninja, of course, wake up, and we question what exactly they're going to be doing to bounce back once season 9 starts up. We'll talk about that tomorrow, don't you worry. And I also really enjoyed that this finale was also decent. With a lot of Ninjago finales being hit or miss, this one's actually a really big hit, and I found it to be really, really enjoyable. In terms of specifics, I really liked a couple of the battles that we saw here, specifically the Ninja Titan versus the Ninja, or not the Ninja Titan, the Oni Titan versus the Ninja. Yeah, I really enjoyed that battle. Even though the Ninja couldn't really do anything against it, it's still way too powerful for them. They still put up a really big fight, and I thought that was really noble of them. Even though the odds are completely in the Oni Titan's favor, they decide to fight anyway. Also, the big finale where the Oni Titan crushes the bounty is very hard to watch, very heartbreaking. We can definitely figure that out from Lloyd's perspective, and that's another thing that I want to talk about as well. Lloyd's perspective over this final moment with the Destiny's bounty. Basically, during the battle between Harumi and Lloyd, the Oni Titan crushes the Destiny's bounty completely, in Lloyd's perspective, killing the ninja as well as Baby Master Wu. That's horrifying to think about from Lloyd's perspective. Imagine you see all your friends just die on one single moment in one single event. That's crazy. And of course, that's what Harumi was going for, which is unfortunate to say the least. But I really liked how Lloyd reacted to it. He decides that he's not her, and he's not going to let this break him down and turn him into a villain, much like it did with Harumi, which honestly I thought was really noble and just overall just a really good way of handling that. All in all, I felt like Lloyd in this episode was portrayed really well. Of course, he doesn't really have any powers, but he still bounces back. He still proves himself to be the Green Ninja, even though his powers aren't really there and they aren't really prevalent. He still has that same level of, again, nobleness that the Green Ninja has, and that same level of self-respect that the Green Ninja has. So he maintains his identity while also, not having his powers, which is always a good thing. It's fun to see Lloyd written in that way, and I thought Lloyd's character was really well done. In terms of a couple of other battles that I want to talk about, again, Misako and Nia versus Garmadon is always fun to watch. I loved seeing those two team up against Garmadon. I thought that was a really good way of handling that. And of course, Garmadon's all powerful, like we saw in the last episode. Garmadon admittedly doesn't have that much to do in the last episode, or in this episode, as opposed to the last one. But still, I thought Garmadon's character was done really well. We'll see more of him in season 9. But no, I thought that battle was super cool between Misako, Nia, and Lord Garmadon. Again, Baby Master Wu, super creepy. He's just like, my brother is coming. And it's like, oh god. Well, that can't be good. I really like how they have kind of like that psychic link, though. And even though they are two completely different people right now, in two very different forms in their original forms, they still recognize each other and they are still brothers at heart. So, yeah, in terms of like the Lloyd and Nia thing, not too sure about that. Again, we'll see a lot of Lloyd and Nia stuff play out in season 9, but I've never really shipped them as much as I just thought they were really good friends, so I don't really ship them too much. I know some people do. I personally don't. Mistake in this episode is also really well written. Love her character. We'll see more of her in season 9 as well. Lots of teases for the next season in this episode, I will say. But again, this is very much setting up part 2, so I don't really have an issue with that. It's not like this episode is held down by references and nods to season 9 or anything like that. It's still very good. So, the stream is still it's at 12 p.m. for me, not 12 a.m. I know some people celebrate, or some people don't celebrate, but some people do daylight savings time. Some people don't. Just kind of depends on your territory, and that was over the weekend. So time frame might look a little different to some people, but it's still the same time for me. So yeah, I like Mistake's last line as well. I just really enjoy how they set her up for season 9, um, along with several other things. Overall, though, this episode's a lot of fun. Very good finale to season 8. I thought it was a super good finale. Really dark, really horrific in a lot of ways when you compare it to different perspectives of different characters. So overall, I just really enjoyed it. Very creepy, very tense in terms of an episode, and I can't wait to see what season 9 is all about. We're going to start that up tomorrow, and it's going to be a lot of fun. So for this episode, that's pretty much all I got to say. Nothing in terms of bad. I really liked this episode. So ultimately, it gets a 10 from me. As you can see in my original score, I gave it a 9.5 out of 10. Now, watching my original review, the reason why I docked off a couple of points is because of the whole, the ninja might lose their powers thing while they're trying to get Lloyd back to life or back awake or whatever, which they ultimately didn't which they ultimately didn't do, which I thought that was kind of useless back then. Nowadays, I realize it's not that big of a deal, so 10 out of 10 from me. Some of you guys have already started putting your scores in the chat. Lots of 10s right off the bat, along with a couple of 9s and a halves. Again, any score is fine for the chat. We all have our own opinions here, so feel free to type whatever you wish. I'm just seeing a lot of 10s right off the bat. So, yeah, it's a finale and a setup. It's a finale to Season 8, but it's a setup to Season 9. Again, Part 1, Part 2. Lots of 10s, though, right off the bat. Excuse me while I take a sip of my water. A 0 out of 10. Fair enough. Yeah, I like Lloyd's last line, too. I don't think Lloyd's a villain. He's just saying that he got away, much like Harumi did back then. But yeah, that'll pretty much wrap it up for my review of Big Trouble Little Ninjago. We will continue on with these tomorrow by taking a look at the first episode of Season 9, that being Firstborn. That'll be tomorrow's review, so be sure to stick around for that. Let's go ahead and wrap things up here with this episode review. I thought it was a lot of fun. Let's move on to Q&A stuffs. We can talk about Season 14 for a little bit, because Season 14 had just finished airing over the weekend, and I reviewed all the episodes now at this point. Waffle, dude, you can't eat pencils. Knock it off. Waffle's being a very, very, very big troublemaker today. So, 6.9 out of 10. Nice. But yeah, in terms of Season 14, we're not going to get into like a lot of spoilers here just yet. I will say I enjoyed it for what it was. It was just 4 episodes of just the ninja walking around on an island, and I thought it was a lot of fun. If you guys want to hear my own individual like thoughts on the episodes regarding Season 14, I'd recommend checking out my reviews. All of the reviews are up on my channel right now for all the episodes, so if you want to check those out, feel free to do so. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. I don't think it was like anything too crazy. To me, it's just kind of in the middle. So, yeah, Season 14 is only 4 episodes long. 4 episodes of 11 minutes each. That makes it about the same length as Day of the Departed. However, Day of the Departed was a lot worse. Why is the stream early? Technically, it's not early, but we just had daylight savings time over the weekend, so all the clocks went ahead a little bit, so it might seem like it's early, but to me, it's still noon, just because we set our clocks ahead. So it's still the same time, but like with daylight savings and whatnot, it changed a little bit. I know some territories don't celebrate, whatever. What am I saying? Some territories don't do daylight savings. We do. So time frame might look a little different to some of you guys. Yeah, so didn't even think about that until we started the stream, and some folks were like, wait, this isn't the right time. Yeah, I know not every territory does daylight savings, and I kind of, envy those of you guys that don't celebrate it because it's a real pain in the butt. So, Big Trouble Little Pencils. Yeah, this episode, or this stream is just going to be Waffle trying to eat pencils as I try to stop her from eating pencils. So, munch. But yeah, all of my Season 14 reviews are up on the channel if you want to check those out. I thought it was okay. Some episodes I thought were better than others, and admittedly episodes 3 and 4 are not as good as episodes 1 and 2, but I didn't think it was like, I don't know, I hesitate to feel like disappointed by it. I know some people are, but I don't know, to me it just kind of exists. I thought it was a lot of fun for what it was, and I'm probably not going to remember it anytime after. So, I enjoyed it though. Why don't we get into just regular Q&A stuff? So I saw somebody asking for Season 2 pictures, so we can let that run in the background. But what do you guys got for me aside from that? Ooh, I do want to give a little bit of an announcement. I decided that we're not going to end the episode review streams with Season 9. I was kind of thinking about it last night, and I was like, well, we might as well finish off the Oni trilogy. Like, March of the Oni is only 4 episodes long, and I've already reviewed it as a movie, so why don't we review it on stream in episode form? So we're going to let the streams run until after Season 10, and then we will switch into something else following March of the Oni. I want to review it as 4 separate episodes. So that's pretty much what I wanted to say in terms of an announcement. We're going to do all of Season 9, and then we're going to do the 4 episodes of March of the Oni, and then call it good from there. just because I want to round out the Oni trilogy. I want to keep things consistent. So we'll just do that. Yeah, we can see the Waffle image really quick. Since Waffle's being a little bit of a naughty cat today. She's being very bad. There's the Waffle image for all of you guys wondering what my cat looks like. That's what Waffle looks like. So, why not Wild Brain seasons? Well, my original plan was to review all the episodes that I haven't reviewed, and we finished that once we reviewed Skybound. Um, then I wanted to go ahead and review episodes that I wanted to update my thoughts on, and so that's why we did season 7, 8, and 9. But I figured, you know what, you might as well do March of the Oni as well, because my original review for March of the Oni was as a movie, not individual episodes. So figured we could just review March of the Oni as the 4 individual episodes and call it good from there. And then following season 10, I feel like all my reviews from season 11 onwards are all pretty much up to date. So that's pretty much why we're not doing season 11 onwards. Yeah, I've seen season 14. You can check out my reviews up on the channel if you want to go ahead and hear what I have to say about that. Did I want Chief Mamatis to be the main villain? I don't know. I kind of expected that, he wasn't going to be all that bad. Like, to be as spoiler free as possible. I was pretty much expecting him to do what he did. So I'm not super upset about that. Wasn't I supposed to stream in an hour? No, daylight savings time messed up a lot of time frames for a lot of people. What was the score? We gave it a 10. Fantastic finale. Yeah, of course. We all ate pencils at one point in time, Waffle, but you can't eat pencils. Why do you like pencils so much? Usually, like in the morning, our cats have what we refer to as the zoomies, where they run up and down the hallway and just be super playful for no reason. And Waffle has a case of the zoomies right now. I can tell. Um, what role would I want for Skylar other than being a ninja? Maybe just like a more consistent ally, honestly. Like if she wanted to show up more in the series, I wouldn't be opposed to that. Right now, I think her role is, manageable for Skylar, but at the same time, I'd love to see a little bit more. So, um, which figure looks better, Omega or Mamatis? I kind of prefer the way that Chief Mamatis looks because the Omega, he has like those really big horns and they're kind of obnoxious to pose around, and oftentimes it ends up leaning backwards and opening up the mask. So I'd say Chief Mamatis is the better of the two figures in my opinion. I really like it. The stream isn't 1 hour early, it's just because of daylight savings time. We bounced ahead an hour, so technically it would seem like an hour early for people that don't do daylight savings, but in my territory we do. So unfortunately, it's going to be a little early for some people, but daylight savings kind of sucks. Oni Titan versus Golden Mech. I feel like the Oni Titan would still win in that scenario. Like the Golden Mech is very small. Yeah, I forgot to make a post about it. Like, honestly, I was going to make a post talking about how daylight savings time might mess up some of the schedules for a couple of people that don't do that, but I forgot. So here we are. I'll probably still make a post for it afterwards for those of you guys that might still be a little confused about that, or for some folks that aren't in the stream right now that might be confused. So I'll make a post for that after on my community tab. It's still going to be like 12 p.m. because technically it's still started at 12 p.m. my time, but it's just because of daylight savings we jumped ahead an hour, unfortunately. So, what state do I live in? I live in the middle of Wisconsin. It's not fun. Wouldn't recommend it. Best ninja in season 14. Gotta say Lloyd. I think he had the most stuff to do. Lloyd or Jay, I think. So, where does season 14 rank for you in terms of the new format? The new format. Like, what do you mean by that? Like, where does season 14 rank in terms of the 11-minute episodes, or the Wild Brain episodes starting with that, or otherwise I'm trying to figure out where it would rank amongst like all of the seasons. I kind of want to put it like right in the middle because I don't hate it, I don't like love it either. To me it's just, it's something that exists. So to me it'd probably be around the same level as something like Hands of Time, where it's not the worst thing ever, but it's also not the best thing ever. Maybe something like that. So, um, 6 p.m. UK time. Daylight savings happened, and that's why it's kind of messed up. 11-minute Wild Brain episodes. Okay, so in terms of how I would rank the couple of seasons that we've received so far, I'd say season 11 is my least favorite, followed by maybe season 14, then season 12, then season 13. So my best would be Master of the Mountain, followed by Prime Empire, then The Island, then Secrets of the Forbidden Spinjitzu. That's how I would rank the Wild Brain seasons so far. Any info on Ninjago Reimagined? I have no idea. We'll see them some point this year, and that's pretty much all we know. I wish we had more information on that. Ultimately, all we have is that they're coming out sometime this year for those little legacy shorts. So, yeah, we haven't really heard anything since they were announced, unfortunately. So, I'd put the Ice chapter above the Fire chapter. So, if we're going to split apart season 11, the Fire chapter would be my least favorite. Thoughts on Star Wars Episode 9? Is that Rise of Skywalker? I thought that was the funniest movie I'd ever seen in the theater because there were so many different reactions to it when I went and saw it with a couple of friends of mine. Very different reactions. One of my friends was asleep, and one of them was getting really angry. One of them was crying. It was just like, it was a lot of fun. Lots of different emotions going on. I don't really care too much about Star Wars, so I personally didn't really feel any rage or whatever. I just kind of sat there and took it all in. I had a lot more fun watching the audience, though, than what I did watching the movie. So I guess if that says something, it says something. Why don't we go to season 1 now? We did season 2. Let's jump to season 1. How would I summarize season 14 in 5 seconds or less? Ninja Explore Island. Bad guys aren't bad guys. I guess. Could I rank the redesigns? Yeah, I'd say in terms of like the redesigned ninja, I'd say Cole got the best treatment from like original to redesign. Then maybe Lloyd, then Nia, I'd say. Then, well, if we're talking about like from season 7 to season 8, then I'd say Zane, then Kai, then Jay. I think Jay is my least favorite redesign. I love Jay's hair though. I just don't think his face looks all that great compared to the original. Um, the original Jay. He looks a lot younger. Lloyd Titan Mech, Stone Mech, or Zane Mech. I'd say go for the Zane Mech. That's the Titan Mech, right? Like Zane's Titan Mech. I'd say get that one. That's the best in my opinion out of those three. Yes, Waffle, the master of pencils. She's literally sitting here on my desk, and I'm swinging a pencil around, and she tries to eat it every single time I try to put it back on my notebook. Knock it off, dude. Thoughts on Green Flame? It's all right. I know some people don't like it for whatever reason. I don't really think it's all that harmful, but you know, whatever you want to think, you think. Um, yeah, I think something's up with Zane during like the rebuild process. I feel like he gained some type of oxygen thing where he needs to take in oxygen or whatever. I did a video on that earlier today, if you want to check that out. But yeah, that might have something to do with his power source. Um, Thoughts on Nia and Pixel ship? I don't know about that. I feel like they're more just like friends or like the passing of the torch, if that makes sense. Like from old samurai to new samurai. I just ship them more with other people, I guess. How many Ninjaga sets do I have? Probably a little too many. Most of my sets right now, though, are either taken apart or just waiting to be taken apart. I've had a lot of other Ninjaga sets in my time as well, but some of those I've already sold off, and some of them I don't really keep around. But in terms of what I have built right now on the shelves, I have basically all of the 2021 Legacy sets, what I have from Season 14, and a couple of other random Legacy sets from the last couple of years. So. Stop eating Legos, dude. Now she's going after the jungle dragon. Waffle's attacking Zippy. Oh no. Yeah, I feel like Zane's got some type of oxygen, whatever you want to call it, in there. Um, Yeah, shipping in the Ninjago community has slowly turned into like a big mess. I feel like people will attack others way too often on their ships. So yeah, it's okay. I got Waffle away. She went after Zippy. I really liked Lloyd and Zippy's team up. Yeah, I agree with that. I thought it was a lot of fun. Like Zippy is like the best. Do you have a favorite video game? In terms of video games, I really only play Pokemon, and in terms of Pokemon, my favorite game is Pokemon Diamond and Pearl, like the original. So, I guess you could say that. Throw coconuts at Waffle. I don't really have coconuts on standby, unfortunately. Would I trade Zippy for Waffle? Yeah, probably. Hey, no worries if anyone's late. I know for like daylight savings, it kind of like messed up a lot of people's time frames with these streams, so don't feel too bad. It's all good. And even if you guys are late or don't show up to a stream or whatever, it's no big deal. I know we have a bunch of regulars in here at some point in time, so just letting you guys know if there's any time that you like miss a stream or anything, don't feel too bad. You can always go ahead and rewatch the streams after they go up on the channel. After we get done doing the live, they will be up as a video if you want to check that out. Otherwise, just joining in when you can would be fun. So no worries. Yeah, daylight savings time's messing me up too, man. I woke up this morning and it was like, oh my god, not good. Um, if Floyd would go undercover, how would he go undercover? He'd probably wear sunglasses and a hat. I think that's like the best undercover slash like spy disguise that exists. Yeah, you just basically have to throw a pencil and Waffles like there. But no, I liked Zippy. Where can you watch season 14? It's all up on YouTube. People have been uploading various rips of the episodes online, so feel free to check those out on YouTube. All you got to do is search up like, season 14 episode whatever, and you'll find it. Um, Favorite dragon? I have to say Rocky, like the original Rocky. He's cool. Otherwise, Zippy as a set is probably one of the best Ninjago dragons that they've made in set form. Like I'd say the Jungle Dragon is a lot better than the Overlord Dragon. I think the Jungle Dragon is like a perfect Ninjago dragon. So, just my thoughts on that. Definitely would say Zippy in terms of sets. Season 5 images? Sure. Where is... There it is. I was like, where is Possession? There it is. Do I have the Legacy Zane mech? I do. It's a really good looking mech. I'd recommend it if you guys don't have it. I'd say that's one of the best like 10th anniversary Legacy sets that they have. Zane's Titan mech. Definitely not a bad looking set there. Do I watch Cartoon Network? Not really. We don't really get cable here, so I don't really watch it regardless. And even if we did, I probably still wouldn't watch it. Best Ninjago era. Honestly, probably like season 4 to season 7, I'd say. Probably like somewhere in between there. Like 2015 to 2016 was definitely a really solid year. Otherwise, 2018 was also a good year for Ninjago. So, um, will the Lego channel resume uploading the Ninjago videos? I am not sure what the Lego channel's doing or what they're up to. I know for a while they were doing that, but I'm not sure. Um, yeah, monetization. Yeah, you get paid on the 21st of every month. So, a couple more days until I get my paycheck, and then I can buy groceries. Yeah, Ninjago's on Cartoon Network, but I don't really watch Ninjago on Cartoon Network. I usually just watch it online. Yeah, Cartoon Network. I used to watch it a lot when I was a kid, but there's just nothing there right now that I really want to watch. So, um, is Ninjago ever going to end? I'm sure it will one day, but I'm not sure when it will. Yeah, thoughts on when Ninjago will end? Probably not for a long time. Um, I'm sure Ninjago is going to be around for a very long time because it is one of Lego's evergreen themes. So we're going to be seeing it every single wave. Like even if the show ends, I still feel like they'll be releasing sets. So yeah, the Ninjago City Gardens fell off your shelf. Oh my gosh, that's terrible. Like with mine, that's like a big fear that I have because it's on the very tippy top of the shelf, and I'm worried it's going to fall off at some point. But Luckily, the cats don't really think about going up there. We'll end at 2031. I mean, that's the rumor right now, but I'm not sure how accurate that'll be. We'll just have to wait and see. Yeah, Cartoon Network isn't all that great. Sony or Microsoft? I don't know, man. Maybe Microsoft. Because Sony, I got a lot of issues with Sony, not only in like the video game department, but also for like the movie department and stuff like that too. Sony's not a good company, dude. Apparently in season 17 of Ninjago, Lloyd dies. I don't know about that. I'm not sure how we have season 17 information already. Day of the Departed slides. We can jump to that, and then we'll do season 11 afterwards. Just remind me on that. We'll go Day of the Departed, and then we will go season 11. Do I have an Apple computer? I do not. I have, I don't know what I have. I don't have an Apple computer, though. Infinity War / Endgame style seasons, not counting 8 and 9. I feel like 8 and 9 are those seasons, though. If I had to pick like another one, I guess maybe, like what other seasons are like part 1, part 2? Like season 14, season 15, maybe? But I feel like season 8 and 9 fit that feel a lot more. Maybe seasons 4 and 5? Who's to say? Stop spoiling season 17. Yeah. That's some whack information. I'm sure the source is very reliable. If I were a ninja, who would I be? I don't know. Maybe actually maybe Nia because of her powers. I've always said that like water powers are super cool, so maybe Nia because of her powers. Do I have an iPhone? I do. I have an iPhone something or other. I'm not sure what iPhone this is, but I have one. Favorite yak? Yes. That's my favorite yak. Season 17 will be called The End. Ninjago, The End. The end, where Lloyd dies. Kai turns into a Pokemon. Dude, season 17 is going to be awesome. So much good stuff going on. List all your confirmed information for season 17 in the chat. Just too good, just did a face reveal. I don't know about that. I don't really watch his stuff, so I wouldn't know. Let me look really quick. Wait, did he? I just see a video called March 15th, 2021. I don't know. I'll check that out later. I don't really watch his stuff all that much, though I would be interested in seeing a face reveal. So maybe I'll swing on over there afterwards. Season 17 is a Monkey Kid crossover. I knew it. I knew it. Season 17 will be a Dareth season. Predictions for season 15. Yeah, that's actually a little bit more realistic here. In season 15, I'm expecting Nia's powers to get go missing or get messed up in some way, and I feel like they're going to be tied to Wahira in some way. Well, we know that for sure, but I feel like Wahira is going to be like the original bearer of the water power, and I have a theory that the first Spinjitzu master kind of stole the power from Wahira and gave it to like an elemental line of masters or whatever. Actually, my predictions for season 17. Okay, well I'll explain my Wahira theory and then I'll talk about season 17. So again, I think the first Spinjitzu master stole the power from Wahira, gave it to a line of elemental descendants, and now Wahira is awakened again for some reason and wants the power back from Nia. So yeah, that's my theory. So season 17. You guys have given me a lot of good information to make videos on for that. Like there's a lot of stuff here. All the villains come back at the end because the ninjas die. Damn, that's cool. Something happens. Yeah, season 17, it's so intense that it skips season 16. Like season 16 just doesn't exist. That's my theory. There we go. Season 17 is going to be the big finale to Ninjago, and it's going to skip over season 16 because it's just so important. There's a 10-year time skip. I hear that. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think we have any solid information on season 17 in all seriousness. I don't think we have anything just yet for that. Ultimately, I feel like with Ninjago 2022, I feel like a lot of stuff is going to be changed. But we'll just have to wait and see. We still have to get through season 15 first this year, and then next year we'll probably get to season 16 and 17 or whatever. Season 11 is next on the queue, so there we go. Yeah, Maya's going to be in season 15, probably helping out Nia with her with her powers. Tommy confirmed that Iron Man is in season 15. I knew it. Thoughts on the Master Yang figure design wise? I think it's cool. I don't have it, but it's a cool figure. It's on my list of ones to get. So, got any Transformers Funko Pops? I do. I got Optimus Prime and Soundwave because those are my two boys. Yeah, it's gonna be good to see Maya back. I'm excited to see her back. Again, she's probably gonna be helping out Nia with her powers in some way. So, if Wahira stole, or if Nia's powers came from Wahira and the first Ninjutsu Master stole them, maybe Maya can show up and explain the history of the water element and how it's not like a true element or whatever. We'll figure it out. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I imagine we'll also see Nia rise to a power beyond any of the other ninja, and I feel like that's going to make Kai very jealous boy. So Kai is going to be like, oh man, my powers are weaker compared to my sister who I've been trying to protect this whole time, and now she doesn't need my protection. So he's going to go into a little bit of a jealousy phase, and that'll be the story for season 16. Kai's season confirmed or something. That's a mouthful. I want to read that in its entirety. Doctor Strange is the main side character in season 15, and he takes the ninja through the multiverse to gain new power, which is how Kai becomes a Pokemon. Fair enough. I could totally see that happening. Yeah, I'm not letting go of like the evil Kai, dark Kai theory. I think it's gonna happen. Like if he's super jealous of Nia because of Nia's new power, then yeah, Kai could totally go into like a jealous whatever. Like he was jealous of Lloyd for the longest time, but he's since gotten over that. But what happens when the person that he's been trying to protect this whole time suddenly gets like more power than him? I feel like it's not gonna go well for Kai. I feel like he's gonna snap in that regard. Season 17, totally. Dude, season 17 sounds awesome. I'll make that for an April Fool's video too. Season 17 information. It's awesome. Along with like the evil mailman theory. April Fool's is right around the corner. It's coming up. A couple weeks. That's how Kai becomes a Minecraft character. Oh yeah, because Kai already exists as a Minecraft character in Lego Minecraft. That's right. Like Kai has a figure. Maybe they'll tie that in somehow with the season 17 stuff. Yeah, it makes sense that Nia would only be the strongest when they're actually underwater, in all seriousness. So, why not season 16 hype? It's primarily all just a big meme right now. Season 17 is just a long ways away. Do we know why the fold is not in the season 14 intro? I'm not sure. They seem to like appear and reappear at different times. I'm not sure why they wouldn't be in there though. Maybe it's like a scheduling conflict or something. I'm not sure the behind the scenes on that. Do I know when the 10-year Ninjago Golden figures will stop coming out? Probably after the end of 2021. We still have to see Golden Zane and Nia. Those are going to be in the summer sets, and then that'll probably be it for the Golden figures, unless they do some other ones in 2022, which I'm not sure why they would, because at that point it would no longer be like the 10-year anniversary of Ninjago. So I feel like it's just going to be for this year, and then they'll probably stop next year. If not, I'd love to see golden characters for like Garmadon, a couple of other people. Golden Dareth. I don't know about that, but maybe. I'd say we for sure need Garmadon, like a golden Garmadon. That'd be awesome. Golden Skylar. That could work too. Golden Misako, perhaps. Who knows? Lloyd and Harumi or Lloyd and Akita? I personally like Lloyd and Akita a little more. I know that there are people that ship both of those, and it's fine no matter what you ship. I personally ship Lloyd and Akita just a little more. Yeah, Golden Chicken, Golden Pixel, Golden Mailman. They could just remake every character as like a golden variant. I don't know. I feel like the golden figures will stop after 2021 wraps up. Golden Moro? Maybe. Golden Ninja. Just adds an extra layer of gold on them. You ship the Titanic? Fair enough. Oh yeah, speaking of Titanic and highest grossing movies, did you guys see that Avatar beat out Endgame again for the highest grossing movie of all time? Very weird. Avatar had like a little re-release in China. We talked about that in a couple of other streams, but it had a small re-release in China, and Avatar is now the highest grossing movie again. Avengers Endgame got dethroned. At least it lasted a while. Like it lasted like a full year, so that's good. Almost 2 years. Couldn't quite make the 2 years, but they could always re-release Endgame again. Like with Avatar, it's had a bunch of releases since its original theatrical release. Like it's been re-released like 3-4 times at this point. So Endgame's only been re-released once. So like with Avatar, I understand why it made a lot of money at the time, because at the time there was nothing else really like it. It like revolutionized a new like age of CGI and visual effects and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, nowadays there's a lot of other things that look better than Avatar. Avatar still holds up. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, Avatar looks good even to this day. But, you know, there's other stuff out there that's better in terms of movies, of course. But yeah, they might always re-release Endgame at some point down the line, and that'll cross over and beat Avatar again. It's just going to be this constant back and forth. So, Avatar with the blue people, the blue people that live in the trees. That Avatar. Golden Ninja, but they're actually made from gold. Imagine if they did that. Imagine if they did like a Ninjago CMF and they redid like the Mr. Gold fiasco from like all those years ago, and they made like a golden figure that's only in like 5,000 packs. That'd be crazy. People would buy that. I'd buy that. Yeah, I agree. Endgame looks a lot better than Avatar does. At the time, though, Avatar was quite like again revolutionary. There wasn't really anything else like it. What was the score? We gave the episode a 10. Thoughts on Pokemon Sun and Moon? The anime? Not my favorite thing ever. I got caught up with what happened, and I only maybe watched like the first couple of episodes or so, and then I watched the Alola League. Wasn't super impressed with that either. It's just kind of a meh series to me, I guess. Yeah, I remember the Mr. Gold fiasco. That was crazy. They only had like 5,000 Mr. Golds, and people would buy those minifigure packs like in the cases, and just would that was ridiculous. Season 6, Skybound. Golden waffle with a pencil as an accessory. That would work. Jet Jack is actually Jack Jack. I knew it. Will I stream on April Fools? Not sure. Does April Fools land on a weekday or something different? Let me look and see. April 2021 calendar. Yeah, it's a Thursday. We'll probably stream that day then. I'm not sure if we'll do like a special stream for April Fools, but we'll probably do something unless I change my mind later on. But as of right now, yeah, we're probably just still going to stream that day. Thoughts on the season 15 episodes? They're not out just yet, but I'm looking forward to them. I really liked the cliffhanger that we saw at the ending of season 14. I can't wait to see what that turns into. Jestro or Moro figure? I gotta go with Moro. So, Why do I think they made season 14 short? From what I could tell, like season 14 was originally like conceived to be like a 10th anniversary special of sorts, like a special little event to celebrate the 10th anniversary, but it kind of changed and grew a little bit more into like an actual season from what I can figure out. So either way, I hope that season 15 isn't all that short either. I hope that season 15 is actually long or like a decently sized season. 16 episodes maybe, that'd be cool. When is season 14 coming out on Cartoon Network? That's a good question. I couldn't tell you. Have no idea. I would estimate probably around like May or June. It's usually what happens. It's usually super late. Thoughts on the Grubhub ad? I don't want to talk about that. It's very scary. Um, when does season 15 come out? We're probably going to start seeing the sets in June or July, and then the show will probably be around the same time. So maybe around July-ish, I'm expecting it to be. What is season 15 is only one episode? I could already tell people were not going to be happy. Do an anime stream for April Fool's Day. That could be fun. We just talk about like some random anime episode instead. That would actually be a lot of fun. I'm gonna write that down as like a possible idea. Like I'll still title it like Ninjago, whatever stream, and then when you come to the stream, it'll be like we're talking about like a random episode of Love Live or something like that. Golden First Spinjitzu Master, that'd be cool. We need a figure for him yet. We don't have one for him just yet. Ugh. I have to forgive me. I'm also quite tired. Favorite Pokemon anime season? Gotta go with probably XY or XYZ if you want like a season. So yeah, I'll talk about random anime episodes. Oh yeah, that's right. My Hero is starting up at the end of the month too. We could talk about like the new episodes of My Hero. Just review like a random episode of that. I don't know what I want to do just yet. That's actually a good idea though, to stream like a random episode of something different. That'd be fun. Title it 24-hour stream, but then end it after an hour, but like in the middle of a sentence. That could be funny. We're starting off the 24-hour stream, and then like an hour later, we just cut out, and it's like, well, that's about it. I'll see you guys later. Excited for Falcon Winter Soldier? I'm looking forward to it. It's coming out this week as well. Lots of cool stuff coming out in the next few weeks. We got Falcon Winter Soldier. The Justice League Snyder Cut thing comes out, I think, this week, if I'm not mistaken. Then we have Godzilla vs. Kong, new My Hero Academia. We just finished Ninjago. So yeah, March had a lot of really cool stuff coming out. Stream Pokemon XYZ review for April 1st. We'll figure out something. I'm not sure what I want to stream just yet. Cake? Yes, indeed. Will the ninja change again? Maybe at some point down the line. We might see them update their designs just a little bit. Yeah, are you guys Team Godzilla or Team Kong? I personally think Godzilla's gonna win, but that's just me. What does Venstone do to people that don't have elemental powers? I think it's just like normal whatever stone. Like if you get handcuffed with Venstone and you don't have powers, it's just gonna be like normal handcuffs to you, I guess. Couple Team Godzillas in the chat. Cool. Yeah, I've seen a lot of people argue for either side. With only a few episodes or not a few episodes, with only a few minutes left in the stream, why don't we go ahead and talk about some rapid fire questions for a little bit? We'll switch up the images one more time, and why don't we end on the pilots? That's a good way to end. Anything that I can answer in just a quick sentence or two, that'll be a good way to round out the stream. Am I the Venstone buyer? Yes, indeed. Godzilla gonna win? I hope so. Hello Neighbor? No, I don't play that. I've never really heard of that. Thoughts on if Jestro was in Ninjago? That'd certainly be interesting. I'm not sure if that'll happen, though. Why doesn't Zane's Falcon return anymore? I think it's just one of those concepts that fits better in the older Ninjago as opposed to the new one. Or the new saga, whatever you want to call it. Favorite MCU superhero? Well, it was Iron Man, but he's kind of dead, so maybe Spider-Man? Doctor Strange, maybe? Thor? Um, Avengers X Ninjago. That'd be a fun crossover. New or old Ninjago? Um, I think they both have their perks. I think they both have like things that make them special. I will say new Ninjago has been doing pretty well though. So maybe new Ninjago, but old Ninjago is still, classic. So, favorite boat, like favorite Ninjago boat. Um, in terms of a favorite boat from Ninjago, I liked the Katana V11 from season 8, like Kai's little boat slash submarine thing. I thought that was kind of cute. Did I like season 14? It was okay. I'd recommend if you guys want to hear a little bit more of my thoughts on season 14, check out my reviews. They're all up on the channel right now. So, favorite villain vehicles. In the show, I love the Misfortune's Keep, but the set really doesn't, I guess, capture the same feel that the show does. I'd love for them to make like a legacy Misfortune's Keep. Otherwise, the Garmatron in the show looked awesome as well, but again, the set really didn't do it all that well. Postman's Avenged Empire. Would not be surprised. Imagine if the ninjas still had their golden weapons. I think it'd be cool if the ninjas still used them, but they didn't have any powers, Like after March of the Oni, the power was kind of depleted from them. I feel like if they still used them, that could be cool. Like as actual weapons. Will I do a season 14 final thoughts video? I will. That's going to be something that I'm going to be filming today, and that will be up probably tomorrow or the next day. So I will be doing that. That is on the agenda. Am I? I'm on Twitch. Do I even use it? I can't remember the last time I used my Twitch, but yeah, I do have a Twitch. Link in the description. But no, usually we started streaming on YouTube, and it's a little better. Which dragon is my favorite? Got to go with Rocky. But with the sets, I gotta say, like Zippy's a really cool looking dragon. Not gonna lie. Yeah, they'd probably have to give a little chain to the nunchucks of lightning. Favorite episode from each season. That's going to be something that I do after I get done with all the reviews that I'm planning on doing. So let's answer one more question before we wrap things up here today. One more question. I'm going to sip on my water in the meantime. We need one more question. Favorite set of weapons other than the elemental weapons. We can talk about that. So in terms of like some favorite Ninjago weapons that I have, I really like the arrow blades. They're super cool. I love the jade blades, but they really weren't used like in sets as opposed to like in the show. Or they weren't used in the show as weapons, but they were used in the sets is what I meant to say. Otherwise, if we're disregarding all elemental weapons, gotta go with the Jade Blades. I think they would have made awesome weapons in the show. Ultimately, they really didn't do anything with them, though, which is unfortunate. So, hi, Waffle. Waffle came back for the end of the stream. Stop eating pencils. Bad. But that'll pretty much wrap it up for the stream today, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. This is our streaming schedule. Oop, we got a last-minute donation from Arrowblade, $4.99. Thank you very much. Did I notice that in Season 14, the leaves on Lloyd's suit didn't appear until Episode 3? Really? I did not know that. I'll have to check that out. Thank you once again, Arrowblade, for the donation. Last-minute donation. Thank you very much for that. Yeah, this is our streaming information, just to wrap things up here. We stream Monday through Friday, 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. Central Time, with an episode review and a Q&A. We will update this day by day. If there's ever a day where I can't stream, I'll let you guys know via my community tab. Why don't we start the end of the stream tradition where everybody spams the word hug in the chat? I'll do it once, because it's only the first day of the week, Monday. But yeah, that'll pretty much wrap it up for the stream today. Thank you so much for tuning in. See, Waffle, look at the chat. They're telling you not to eat pencils. Do not eat the pencils. But yeah, guys, thanks a lot for tuning in. I'm going to go ahead and probably take a nap and then wake up and do some more video stuff. So be sure to stick around if you want to see a few more of the uploads that I have out today. Otherwise, hopefully you guys enjoyed the stream. Tomorrow we're going to kick off our Season 9 reviews. So be sure to tune back in same time so we can review Season 9, and hopefully you guys enjoyed the stream. Thanks a lot for checking out the stream. Thanks a lot for being a fantastic audience. Yeah, see, Waffle, look at the chat. They're telling you not to eat pencils. Listen to them. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. I will see you guys in the stream tomorrow. Thanks for being a fantastic audience, and I'll catch you guys later. Hopefully, you guys have a fantastic rest of your day, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Peace.